This tutorial is for the Mobius assessment, lesson 3B, homework question number 8, part 3. Before I get too far into this, I'm just showing first of all that I've brought up an Excel spreadsheet that will make this part of the homework dramatically faster and easier. So the first thing I've done is I've just done a basic outline of the deluxe plan and everything that I need to calculate. The basic plan I haven't finished over here, but since I've gotten everything typed over on this side and it's going to be the exact same comparison, I'm going to just highlight this and copy and paste. So Control or Command C and then come over here and Control V or Command V for whatever computer you have, just so that I can show you that it's a really fast way to get it all set up. The next thing, before I get too far into this, I want to make sure that the total, and that's why this is a little larger, the total I can press equals and add each of these individual cells, or I can type in the word sum, an open parenthesis, and select them, or I can press the auto sum here. To do the sum function, you just type in sum, open your parenthesis, left click in the cell that you want to start and hold it and drag, and it will add all of these as we go along. I can close the parenthesis, but Excel has enough information right now that I could go ahead and just press equal or enter, and it will start adding things for us. Over here I want to show how to use the auto sum, so I'm just going to press this right here. This is a sigma, Greek letter for sigma, and we use it in math for a summation. So I can do this, and you'll see because I don't have any numbers here, it's confused. If I did this at the very end, then it would know that I wanted to add these. Since it is still highlighted in here, I can change those by saying, actually, I want to add these. So either way will work. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this and just show you if I have some numbers here, just going to add in some numbers. If I do the total and do the sum, it says, oh, I get it, you want to add these. So it just looks at the numbers. And so now I'm going to delete those because those are not correct. And we'll go back over and work out each of these from problem number 8, part 3. So January says that we have 2 office visits and an $85 prescription. So the deluxe plan says we have $20 per office visit for a copay, and this one says $30. So I'm going to calculate everything for the month of January using Excel. Some students are trying to do this by hand, which is dramatically longer. This is a really fast tool, so I highly advise using Excel throughout your homework so that you get more and more comfortable and familiar with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the office visit, and we went twice, so times 2, and then we add the $85 prescription, but we don't have to pay all of it. We only pay 30%. So we're going to times this by 0.3 to give us the 30% of our $85 prescription. Again, in January over here, to get it to calculate, we do equals, and this one is a $30 visit, our copay for every visit, still the 2 visits times 2, and add our $85 prescription, and this one, prescriptions are, we pay 50%, so we're going to times this by 0.5, and that is all of January for both the deluxe and the basic. February says 1 emergency room visit charged at $550. So we're going to do equals. Now we have $550, but we have our plans here say we only pay the first $75 on both of these. So I'm going to press 75 and add, because then I do 10% of the remaining charge. Now I could, on my own, using a calculator, do 550 subtract 75 and type that number in. Or I could just do Excel, let Excel do the calculation for me. So I'm going to do a parenthesis and say we have 550, but I don't have to pay for 75 of that because I'm already paying at the first. And of this remaining balance, I am only going to pay 10%, so times it by 0.1. If you're not comfortable with that, you are more than welcome to do it elsewhere, or you can break up February and give it several and give yourself several rows here and do the $75 and then subtract 75 from 550 so that you feel more comfortable with that. But this way it's really fast. I'm going to do the same thing in February. The only thing that changes is that it's 30%. So to speed me up, and one of the benefits of Excel is that I can copy this here and paste it here. Just Control C and Control V for copy and paste. And then in here, the only thing I need to change is that I'm paying 30% of the remaining balance. There we go. So now in March, the next one, we have 3 office visits. So I'm going to press equals. 3 office visits for the deluxe plan is $20 times the 3 office visits. And over here we have $30. Get it to calculate, do an equal sign. $30 times the 3 office visits makes 90. And actually it's the exact same thing in July, so I'm going to get my crosshairs over here in the bottom right hand corner and just click and drag, because that ended up being the exact same thing. And you'll see it did it just kind of did the exact same formula in the next one. If I want to go out of a cell, don't click somewhere else or it'll cell reference. So just remember to press return or enter to move out of that cell. If you happen to double click in here and accidentally reference something out here, oh, it didn't for me. Often it will though. It'll reference a cell out here. If you've done that, just press Control V and it's really fast. Okay, so again over here it's the exact same, so I'm just going to click and drag. And now going to August, this poor person has to have a hospital stay for surgery at $5,500 and $120 prescription. So again, I'm going to do a couple of calculations. The hospital stay for the deluxe plan is 10% and the hospital stay is for 30% for the basic plan. So I'm just going to calculate our 5,500 and times it by, for the left, for the deluxe plan on the left side, it's 10%, so times 0.1. And then we'll go through and add the prescription, which was 120, but we don't have to pay the whole 120. In the deluxe plan, it's 30%, so times 0.3, and that's everything for August. And I can, again, just copy and paste and change the percentages here. So in the basic plan, the hospital stay or procedure, you must pay 30%, so we'll change the 0.1 to 30, and the prescription was only was at 50%, so we have to pay 50% of that, and that was August. Next is September, which is just 1 office visit, so the deluxe plan was just 20, no calculations, and September for the basic plan is 30 and no calculations. So far you can see our running total. It looks like the deluxe plan was the better option, but we haven't added in the premium yet. So we need to find all of the expenses for the full year, the cost for the whole year. So this is $425. And because I'm calculating this monthly premium for the entire year, we're going to multiply that by 12. So we need this to calculate, do equals 425 times 12 gives us our total for the deluxe plan, and the premium or the basic plan premium we have 150 for every month, so times that by 12 months in the year, and that also adds into this, and we have our 2 totals. For the deluxe plan, it actually ended up being more expensive because of the premium that you paid than the basic, even though beforehand it looked like you were saving a lot of money. So this one was $4,040. It was a good way to look at both of those and do a little comparing and contrasting between the deluxe and basic plans here. I hope that was helpful. If you have any more questions, feel free to email me and hopefully I can clarify.